How to restore Afghanistan and win the war. This video will analyze the roots of the Taliban, their rise to power and how they were able to create a powerful country out of nothing. It will also explore their ideologies and their motivations in starting such a war. The roots of the Taliban. The first time Afghanistan was invaded by an outside power was in 1839 when Britain invaded Afghanistan with an objective to trade with them on a more equal basis. The British wanted to trade with them, but instead they spent 3 months being defeated by Afghan forces before retreating back home. Then, in 1878, Russia took over and ruled the area for 3 years before they were forced out by Afghan warriors fighting for freedom from foreign invaders. After that, for nearly 100 years Afghans fought against invading powers until on September 11, 2001 when America invaded Afghanistan under Afghanistan, the worst war zone of our time. In the midst of a deteriorating security situation, Afghanistan has witnessed a slow but steady economic growth in the past decade. Afghanistan is one of the poorest countries in Asia and faces many developmental challenges. The country's economic growth has been very slow in comparison to other economies in the region, which further worsened its poverty levels. However, Afghanistan has seen some progress over the past decade as it made improvements in areas like education, health and governance. Afghanistan is one of the worst war zones today. It has witnessed more than 40 years of continuous violence and conflict with no end in sight. The Taliban insurgency continues to grow stronger with foreign militants coming into Afghanistan to try to take power from Afghan forces. Taliban in Afghanistan and why they reign supreme. The Taliban are a fundamentalist group of Muslims that believe in strict Sharia law. They came into power in Afghanistan after the United States left the country. The Taliban has been trying to take control of Afghanistan for almost 20 years. They have gradually increased their power by recruiting young men with guns and violence. The Taliban has been able to establish themselves because many Afghans are tired of corruption, violence, and the government's inability to provide security and basic services. The United States' invasion of Afghanistan in 2001 led to a dramatic decline in Taliban support, but it was overthrown by the U.S. military forces. The U.S. then tried to rebuild Afghanistan as best they could before withdrawing again in 2014 under President Obama's presidency, paving way for the resurgence of the Taliban once more. 5 reasons why Taliban are winning this war. The Taliban are winning this war because they have a stronger sense of purpose and identity than the Afghan government. The Taliban may not be in power on the ground, but they remain a powerful force in Afghanistan. The reason is that they offer the Afghan people many things that the government cannot provide: stability, justice, order and a sense of belonging to something larger than themselves. What should be done to win this war? The war has a long way to go, so we should be creative about how we approach it. We have to be innovative and creative in how we approach this war.